Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this. Warcraft just pretty much slapped Square Enix in the face with this housing. A lot of people are talking about it, and I'm glad people are talking about it because they should talk about it, right? I've read all this. They crossed the gauntlet, as they say. And the more I read about it, a lot of people are making big assumptions about this, saying, "Oh, this is gonna be the amazing comeback for Warcraft and all that." But well, this is all good. Let me go ahead and get you up to date about the Warcraft housing. Basically, TLDR, the World of Warcraft housing is gonna have access to everyone. Everyone's gonna have access to the housing. No one's gonna be left out. They're gonna have private neighborhoods, basically meaning that your friends can join in your neighborhood and have their houses there and decorate them together. But mostly it's gonna be private. In other words, it's gonna be instanced. Not like Final Fantasy that's open world. Which is a good thing. In Final Fantasy, I do like that open worldness. But here it's gonna be more like, let me put an example, islands. You know, the islands is basically the new housing for 14, but people don't really like to hang out there. So it's basically kinda like that. It's instanced. That means that it's gonna be private. Not everyone's gonna get into there. Not everyone is gonna have access unless you provide them access. There's gonna be public ones that you can go into. But other than that, it's gonna be instance. It's not gonna be open world like Final Fantasy 14, which fair. That's one way to get everyone a house. And another thing that's not gonna be subscription tied. It's not gonna cost you money. And by money I mean gil, in-game money, in-game currency. It's not gonna cost you in-game currency. And it's not limited. 14 housing is very limited. To the point that if you unsubscribe for the game for 45 days, something like that, you lose your house. And that's not gonna happen in Warcraft. So that's good. I'm glad World of Warcraft is doing this because this means that they're being competitive against Final Fantasy 14. This means 14 has to retaliate if they even care to do so. Honestly, in my opinion, this is gonna be a wait and see. Hopefully, it doesn't end up like the garrisons. But here's another thing that a lot of people are not talking about. Someone brought this up in my tweet that I talked about this. Is that how is Blizzard going to maintain the servers that have all this free housing? Well, let me see. There's a part here in the right here. In the document here that I talk about, the blog post. I'm feeling at home for everyone. Will you be my neighbor? Okay. I'm gonna I think I was buying. Basically, they did say that some items can be purchased on the storefront of the game. I'm looking at, I'm reading here right now. I did had it. Oh my god, my brain's melting. Deeply social, long-lasting journey. Going into a home, outfitting your home. Okay, it wasn't wrong here. Pay to win. Okay, so here it is. Similarly, there have been discussions in the community whether housing will be pay to play / win or not, along with other conversations around real world money. We've been aligned in our internal conversations that housing is designed to be primarily player first and not revenue first. They say that. But we know that in the future, they're going to put items on the Warcraft store, housing items. And it goes on to say here, housing will offer hundreds and different decorations, etc. by in-game rewards, but will also offer smaller number of items in the cash shop as well. You know how Blizzard loves to sell transmog or slash glamours in Final Fantasy 14? Yeah, they're gonna do that with housing. That's how they're going to maintain the servers. They're gonna sell you housing items that look so good that you're gonna wanna buy them. Luckily, on Square Enix side, with Final Fantasy 14, that doesn't happen. They have sold items for housing, but it's nothing too big. It's mostly like kind of cheap or returning items from past events that you had to buy. But other than that, 14 does not charge you additionally for a cash shop item in the housing unless they add new stuff, which is kind of rare. They don't add new stuff to the cash shop that's related to housing, not as often. In fact, I don't remember when was the last time. We should go and check right now. Let's go and check right now how many housing items you can buy from. Oh, hold on. Here is the online store. We're going to go back. I just want to make sure that we have the facts. Housing. They do sell housing items. But you see, this one is the most egregious one. $12 for this and this. These are posters that you used to get in the game. I don't know if you can still get them. $5 for this. I think I already have these. I don't think I even bought them. Whatever. But yeah, these are like items or that they're not that like what's the word I'm trying to use here, man? These are items in the store that you can purchase, right? But they're not too expensive. They're like $5, $3, etc. Right? And many of these items are from past events that you can get for free, but after a year they sell them for you. Okay, so that's the thing. And besides, there's a lot more items in game. Like, not joking, there's a lot of items in game, a lot more than the store. Like, you look at the store, there's not much. Most of the items is like not that big of a deal. Maybe this one, but other than that, most of this stuff you used to get them in old events, but now you have to buy them. It's fine. For me, I'm not gonna spend a dime on this. Some people do. But knowing World of Warcraft, when you go to the store, remember how they sold you a Brontosaurus for $90 because it has the auction house and the bank? Yeah, that's the thing that happened. Let me see if I can get transmogs, for example. You see, transmog is basically very expensive. The boosters and all that. So I expect they're gonna sell items around the transmog pricing, $10 to $20. So we have to wait and see. Are we gonna be the same? The mounts they have in the store. I know 14 has some mounts, but man, this is the most expensive mount. The whale? Yeah, the whale. Okay. Going back. So yeah, they're gonna be selling you items on the cash shop. This is comparable to how transmogs and pets are currently handled in the game. So yeah, expect like $10 to $20 worth of transmog items. That's how they're gonna pay for it, right? Home for everyone, etc. This is the part when they are throwing a jab 14. No, I can't spell this word, and I know what it is. Exorbitant requirements and high purchasing costs. Okay, no lotteries, no erroneous upkeep. If your subscription lapse, if your subscription ends, you don't have to worry about losing your house, which is fine. I think 14 shouldn't have that to begin with, but there's a caveat. In 14, the reason why houses get demolished when people unsubscribe is because the plots are limited. Because the plots are limited, they have to remove houses. That's the only thing. But honestly, if you're gonna add that, the best thing you can do instead of 40 or 30 days, you should put in 90 days, your house will be demolished if you unsubscribe, right? And I think that would be better for everyone in general. Other than that, this housing for World of Warcraft is pretty much pretty cool. I'm glad they're adding that after so long. But this will mean that 14 will have to do even better when it comes to housing. They have to. They have to. The gauntlet has been tossed. They have to respond somehow. So this is gonna be good. For me personally, I think this is good for World of Warcraft. It's healthy for the MMO environment in general. Competition is good. Competition breeds better for everyone. I think that's the thing. Competition is great. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? It breeds better content in general for both games. Speaking of content, tomorrow 7.2 live letter, and I'm gonna be covering that on the stream. So I cannot wait. Honestly, this is a great time. You're an MMO player. You have World of Warcraft adding housing. You have Final Fantasy adding a bunch of content with 7.2. And I swear to God, if they don't add the exploration content or the relics, if they don't even mention it tomorrow, I'm gonna be so upset, because we're expecting long-term content, not short-term content on long patch cycles. That's one of the biggest issues in the game right now. So, guys, let me know what you think about the housing in World of Warcraft and in 14. What would you do to improve the housing in 14? And do you think that Square Enix, Yoshi P, and the developers should respond in kind? Maybe, I don't know. Hey guys, you know the Island Sanctuary? Well, now you can build other houses with your friends there. More houses for everyone. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.